Okay, so we're going to do the 2 minor. We're going to sub the 4 shape. In the C cage, the 4th of C, it's the tripentatonic C shape, E shape, G shape. Okay, so we're going to do the E shaped F in the C box, and we're going to start on the E, and we're going to go E, C, G, D, A, E. Okay, so that's what we're going to start on the E shape there. So it's root, which is the F note. F's the 4th. And then we're going to go to the 3rd. Okay, so our A string becomes the 3rd of F. Then we're going to go to the 6th root. Alright. Then we're going to go to the 3 of the D string shape. Then we're going to go to the 6 of the A string shape. It's warped up. Sorry. Right there. And then we're going to go to the root again. So we outlined a little D minor right there. Alright, let's play it again a little bit faster. We'll just put the cursor where we start, and we're going to go around the circle and back again. So it's going to be so the tricky part is warp up the A shape, and then of course that follows that P4 tuning from there, and it gives us our D minor. So the wonderful thing about this system is, so you can do that for all 5 cage shapes, you see, and that's how you can derive it, and you don't have to worry about, oh, okay, I'm in an A. Let's see, so my 4th is going to be D shaped. Okay, advanced 1 in cage is going to be a C minor shaped D minor, which goes out of the cage and into the next cage if you just do a little arpeggio, which is fine if that's what you want to do. Keep track of what cage you're going. But sometimes I get a mental block when it's time to go in 4th. All of a sudden I don't have that. It's almost like I'm a robot and I forget to put my left foot in front of my right. You know, I can't decide which way to go. It's that simple. So if it's the easy stuff that's holding you back, that's just practice. That's just practice. Just take a little time on your own and quietly just practice the moving around, doing a funk or something like that. And we could do some funk if we get there. It's getting late in the day. It's practically lunchtime, so we might be able to do some funk. So anyway, that's the 4th and 4th substitution to give us the same thing, root 3/6 of that temporary 4th. Now let's do the 5 shape substitution for root 3/6 of the 5 shape. So it's the G. Okay. Now we're going to start on the G and go around. We're going to go 6 root G, D to the 3rd, A to the 6th, root E, C to the 3rd, and back to G again. It's that easy. So remember, we got a temporary root now. So the E, the low E, becomes the 6th. Temporarily, the root becomes G, and we're just going to go 6 root 3 6 root, open G there, 3. Now this is a tough one. For the C string shape, it's going to be warped up. Okay, so the 3rd is going to be open there too, and then 6 root again. I kind of cheated. I could see the B there. But normally at that point, when you're going from let's say you're doing a C from the E shape there. If we were doing the E shape, say up here, and then doing the C shape, their alias, but it would be right on top of it. But because of the tuning warp, we brought the C over. Okay, so when we're going to from the E shape to the C shape, let's follow that again, starting on that G. See, now we're looking at it as temporarily in the key of G, so you have to be careful. Temporarily, not exactly the key of G. Key of G, tritonic. So it's this much of the G, really. I wouldn't call that the key of G. So we've got from the bottom 6 root. D string is the D string shapes only the 3. The A string shapes only the 6. The E string shapes only the root. Okay, and then we have to warp up the C shape there. It gets warped up. Okay, so that kind of thing. It's going to be directly over it, where usually the root would be under there. It warps over it. So root goes to 3 there. See that? That's our tuning third right there, because these guys are directly under each other, these two notes now. They've been displaced because of the tuning warp. And then we just follow with 6 root. That's the best I can do for the tuning warp explanation. That, sometimes it throws me. So that we did the 3 minors there. Okay, now I decided that it'd be better if we didn't do a substitution for the half diminished. So just look at substitution with the root numbers in the root key 7, 2, 4. So we know in the C box we're going to start with the C string shape. We're just going to play the 4, and then G we're just going to go to the 7. Remember, the G string shape is 6, 7 root. Let's review the diatonic string shapes. 3, 4, 5 for C, 6, 7 root for G. Okay. 2, 3, 4 for D, 5, 6 for A, and then warp up now, 7 root 2 for E, and then 3, 4, 5 for C. So that's everything. That's the puzzle with all the pieces. Now we take out the pieces that we don't want, and we're going to play the rest of the puzzle there. Okay, and it's 4 for the C, 7 for the G string shape. D string shape is 2 and 4. Skip the A string shape and go to the 7, and then the 2. There's our open B in the key of C, to the 2, and then to the 4 again. Alright, so that's our C arpeggio, triad arpeggio. And you can make a chord out of it if you want, but the arpeggio goes. So that plays. How does that actually play? Starting on that C on the 4th, it goes. That's what that gives us. So what chords would we play there? Could we play all this? Any of these? It sounds like something out of a video game, No, because we couldn't play all those chords because we have 2 on-string intervals there. So the way that stacks up, we'll look at the way that it stacks up. How does that stack up? Starting from the C, we're going from C to C here. And then we have to warp it over. What would the chords look like? Okay, so I've warped this. It's no longer a pattern stack. It's actually a fretboard, play away fretboard diagram. So you can see here, if you could choose chords from there, there'd be none on the A string there. Okay, so this would be a special case where we have a chord we couldn't strum, but we can pick the chord. We got we're going to do 2, 7, 4, because if we strum it, we're going to hit the, I guess, the 5, and we don't want to do that. So this is like a strumming chord here. Here, you should make your own chord. 2, 7, 4.